friends, lovers, enemies, and even rivals. Welcome to episode 67 of the Great Pendragon campaign. I'm super excited to be here. How are you two doing?
Doing good. Doing real good.
Good.
Excellent. That's what I want to hear. All right. So we are just going to get back into the year 515. It is about the summer. And Gorthrin, I have a scene for you, my friend.
Let's do it.
You swing around the smithy of Cholderton, and you find your squire, who's supposed to be cleaning your armor, is drinking with the blacksmith. He claims he found some wine, and the blacksmith's kind of like telling him a story here. And so he's telling him a story about when you were a kid, right? Because I imagine your blacksmith's kind of old, like he was like Irwin's, you know what I mean? Like he's the same guy, right? Yeah. And so he's kind of like giving you some details here about your dad. And so I want to give you an opportunity here of like, what would you do in this scenario? Do you like just want to eavesdrop? Do you want to like, scold, like show up and like give him this a teachable moment? What would you like to do?
I think he's gonna like observe, at the very least until he's noticed. I want to get a feel for like did they just get like caught up in some element of instruction that I'm just barging in the middle of, or is he just goofing off and trying to mess with the blacksmith? That's what I'm looking to discern, because Rogan wasn't known to be particularly lazy.
He's not lazy. He's just extremely curious and gregarious. And so he is.
Yeah.
So while, he goes to the blacksmith probably to borrow some tongs or whatever to like fix your chainmail, and like, he just strikes up a conversation. The next thing you know, a little, glass of wine's poured and you're having a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I think, okay. Yeah.
So I'm like, you don't know, right? This is like just the part where you hear kind of some laughter, right? And you come over by and you're like,
so he's going to like, knock over something.
No, he was.
Brogan, did you find that cask of scouring sand?
You see the blacksmith, like, cork the bottle and like put it down and say, "Oh my lord!" And Bergen is, sir, it was just over here. You didn't tell me. So there was so much about you as a kid, and like, Bergen doesn't really know you that much.
Why, Bergen?
Yeah,
but he's not born clay. I'm a man born a woman like anyone else.
You're right. Sorry, my lord. I just couldn't. I don't know. The people here are so nice, and he's like trying to cover for himself. He knows he did something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He feels guilty about it.
Yeah, but I'm gonna let him think he got away with it without me knowing. And then it's like he's walking away. Squire, this is your one fair warning. The next time you're given a task, you should complete it and indulge your curiosity on your own time.
It won't happen again.
See to it.
He lies to you.
Yeah.
It's going to happen again.
Of course it's going to happen again.
Yeah.
He means well, sure.
Yeah. So like, now that you were talking to Blake, now that you've seen kind of Bruggen kind of just has that sort of, he's not very particularly charming, but he has a little bit of like, if he asks somebody and they can get him to talk, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He'd be a good podcast host.
Right, just like you get people to loosen up and chat. Yeah,
he just kind of has
I'm sure
that.
Gorthrin's found himself just chatting too much, like
Yeah,
with him already.
Exactly. All right, and Acewin, I have a squire question for you as well.
Yes.
All right. So you're having a conversation with Morgan, Gorthrin's sister, and she wants to clear the air a little bit about something that happened between your two squires. She brings up how her squire, Leafwin, got in a fight with your squire over a game. The game is kind of collectively known as sort of King of the Castle. It's kind of basically like Team King of the Hill, where there's kind of two hills, and you like five knights versus 5 knights, and you try to like tackle the other knight off the other hill while trying to defend your own knight. Basically, swords were drawn between each other. It got a little too rough. She doesn't exactly know what happened about it, but she just wants to make sure that she's sorry for if there's anything he did, and if there's anything we should do together about it.
Were either of them injured?
No, but to get a knife had to have been pretty serious. I don't remember any of my time being that pissed off of a game.
I think if they drew bare metal, it likely was very serious.
Yeah. Should we?
But no one was injured.
No. The other kids had enough sense to break him up. But don't you think it reflects poorly?
Do you sense the matter is resolved between them?
Oh no.
Then we shall each speak to our squire and ensure that it is.
We're going to be this close, and with the Born, and as it is, I don't want to. Morgan's kind of is basically getting ordered to kind of take over Cholderton, right? Like, because Gorthrin's going to have to go over to Tillshead, and so Morgan's trying. Like, this is part of that conversation. You know what I mean? That's sort of the massive subtext of this, right? And so, yeah. Shall we bring them in? And but I feel like we should have a sort of united front about this.
No, if you don't mind putting it off until dinner tonight, I would rather host you and your squire in the hospitality of our great hall. Let them see that the bonds of friendship, which between us I think are very strong, are the truest strength of any knight.
Well, I'm flattered, and how could I say no? You have some of the best cooks I think you could ask for here.
Yes. Thank you.
You're, what's his name? Gwern. Gwern hires good cooks.
Yep.
Good.
I gotta think about letting him retire at some point.
Yeah.
I don't want him to die on the job. I'd feel real bad.
Imagine Angarad like walks by like, oh, we're having company for dinner. Wonderful.
Yeah, I'll tell Gwern.
Yeah.
Question: you said that was Morgan and not Hrugar? I thought Gorthron only had one knight.
No, sorry, Erwin's sister. Morgan.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay.
I think I misspoke.
Gorthron's aunt then. Yeah.
Yeah, his aunt.
Sorry,
okay.
I misspoke.
No, sorry.
Gorthron's aunt. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So cool. We will have that happen, but also, Gorthron, you receive a emissary from your old squire Obalot. He's getting married, and Obalot requests for you to either come or to send a gift. This is sort of like a now that you're kind of moving up in the world a little bit, it would mean a lot to him to have you kind of like, So you showing up would mean a lot for Obalot. It would kind of cement his sort of status as a good knight. Perhaps someone to be, on the lookout for in the up and coming. Perhaps even you would recruit him, as part of your own sort of retinue, rather than being in Saurum, Like these are all the kind of things that would be going through your head.
Certainly. Does it conflict with Gorthron's other plans? Gorthron would like to attend the monument or the memorial of Surveillance, and was planning on going to Ridichan.
Let's see. On a 5 or a 6, it doesn't conflict.
Nice.
My social calendar's free.
Yeah.
We should go.
Works out. Awesome. You can bring as many people as you want. So if you wanted to bring, Ace Wind and stuff, you totally could.
Yeah. No, we're going to show up with ready to party.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Something appropriate.
Oh, so you're going to show up and bring a gift?
I mean, that seems to be
that is,
custom.
That would be very generous of you, and it would be very customary.
Gorthron is definitely generous.
Yeah. What gift do you bring? I don't want to bring a gift that's like too much better or worse than yours. I think we need to coordinate on gifts a little bit.
Yeah. He's gonna bring like a
clothes
clasp.
Oh,
something.
Okay.
Fashion.
Some badge he could wear into battle if he wants.
All right, I was gonna bring a horse, so it's good I asked. I didn't
want to give him like one of my. Oh, a new horse! Thank you so much. And you go to the stable, and there's like 7 horses with like fucking colorful ribbons on them. You're like, oh shit.
Hey,
Homie's
Thanks
never
for
gonna
the
run out of
Nazi.
chargers. Yeah. Oh yeah, just roundsies. Oh
Right.
man. Oh, could you imagine if?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, could you? Oh,
Everybody needs a riding horse.
yeah. Oh man, a banner at night giving you like a riding horse instead of like a knight. Oh, that's all right. Yeah. So
He's the courser. Come on.
yeah. All right. I had another idea for a scene for you, Colin. And it's probably has more to do with one of your kids, right? Like I probably imagine Alwyn is probably just following Gwern around, asking him a ton of questions, like "What's that do? What's that do? Why do that?"
Mhm.
You know, and like you as and it's probably like when you're gonna go spot and tell Gwern or like notify Gwern that we're gonna have someone over for dinner, and you see Alwyn just like kind of annoying, tugging at Gwern's pants, being like, "Hey, what's that?" kind of thing, and like nearly knocks over a candle on some very important paperwork, kind of thing.
She's 4 years old.
Yeah.
She was born in 5/11.
Yeah, asking
She's 4 years
10,000 questions.
Solid. Yep. I think Aiswin doesn't break stride and does something that I think she does with both kids pretty regularly, which is just like back of the shirt and then like carry them like luggage.
like a cat carrying a kitten in its mouth, just like whoop.
Yeah, and like her thing is she'll then pretend that she doesn't know where they are and be like, "Where's Alwina? I'm looking for Alwyn. Have you seen?" And just like kind of swinging her around, pretending not to understand. Yeah. It's a really good way to completely break their attention off whatever it was before.
Gwern just mouths a voice, a soundless thank you, as they go back to looking over their charts and figures. I love that. That's adorable.
Yeah. Strength 17. I think I can lift a 4-year-old.
Oh yeah, there wasn't a question in my mind. Yeah, so I wanted to. So let's talk about this dinner, right? And these squires, because you have what's her name? I'm in Adwani.
Yep.
So
a Downey?
Or sorry, yeah, a Downey. I had the name wrong. I will type it in chat just to make sure. A Downey. Yeah, so a Downey is probably not present yet, right? But let's I think Leafwind's here first, right? And Leafwind comes in, and you can hear that Morgan's sort of like pretty like quick with you two, and or quick to not to two, just to Leafwind being like, do you want to tell us what happened, and like is this going to be a problem going forward? And Leafwind says that a Downey is real, it's like it's nothing, that a Downey's just a Downey and it's gonna be fine, and he should think twice before doing something again, but I'm not gonna be chasing any sort of like I'm not personally miffed over it or whatever. He was asking for it, right?
Acewin's gonna call a Downey in.
Yeah. A Downey's
like specifically
there.
Yeah. While I want them both in the same room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Acewin's gonna say, a Downey, what harm have you done to Leafwind?
Checked him. He got miffed.
Leafwind, what harm have you done to a Downey?
Leafwind is trying to not. He's stammering because they're not trying to say that a Downey's wrong, like their story of events is wrong. Mm-hmm. So Leafwind's like, my lord, he's an asshole. Like, he doesn't have any. He lies.
Leafwind, What should the Downey's punishment be?
A kick in the ribs.
And before you
Oh.
answer,
Sorry,
understand I'm going to ask the same question of the Downey.
I think you give me a chance to actually go fight him. I think it'll be okay. I think my fist can speak better than I can.
A Downey? What shall be Leafwind's punishment?
Leafwind can't hit for shit. Bring it, Leafwind.
And
We'll settle
Acewin's
it.
going to kind of turn to the other knight and be like, "This sound good to you?"
Must we always resolve things this way? So it's really just a matter of...
It's not a matter of pride. It's a matter of expurgation. Come, do you think either of these young men, in the full flower of their youths, would not let this resentment fester just beneath the surface for years? Oh, of course. But give them a chance to bloody one another under our supervision and with our sanction. And they shall exsanguinate themselves of whatever this is.
Yeah.
There's an honesty in this kind of justice, I think.
Morgan wants to disagree and say something to the effect of languishing under tormenting and feuding feelings is half of what being a knight is, but knows that this is your house and will keep their mouth shut.
Very well. I don't think Acewin would want them to. So,
yeah.
Can I roll intrigue to see if Acewin picks up that they're biting their tongue?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because Acewin is uncomplicated in their view of things sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. So you pick up that Morgan doesn't feel that way.
Yeah.
But
Morgan,
it's your house, and I would...
This is my house, and you are my guest. And if you treat well with me, I shall treat well with you. I've treated well with you, and so I would appreciate. Speak your mind. There's nothing you can say that would anger me. They are squires, after all.
I just found that a burning hatred for somebody, and that spite that comes off of it, is sort of like the cream of a crop. It is sort of the heart of being a knight, is to learn to deal with a problem that you cannot fix with just a sword or just a hand. It makes you better. To think any problem can be solved with a quick fight just will give you a quick death over something meaningless. Learning to temper that anger into something better. Lord knows what I mean by that. I'm sorry.
Why would you apologize for speaking wisely after I've asked you to do exactly that?
It's my nature. I don't know.
Yes, well, we are all sometimes confronted with our nature, and mine is, I shall admit, a rather uncomplicated view of things like justice. There's wisdom in what you say. Certainly there's a fire to be found in the unresolvable, in the absolute demands of our station versus our very finite energies. But also, if this isn't something that can be resolved in one quick spat, then it shall fester. But if this is something that can be solved with one quick spat, it never would have developed into a fire anyway.
Leafwin asks, do I have permission to speak, my lords?
Acewin defers to Morgan, because
yeah,
Squire.
Go ahead. He didn't know who to address the question to, because it's kind of like your house, but also not your squire. Leafwin's... Downey has a bit of a reputation. Even back as a page, he would like to pick fights. Our spat will end, but another one will just begin. Something wrong in his blood. Not right.
God, in his infinite wisdom, created each of us. Whatever wrong you see in their blood is seen with the frail eyes of mortality.
He's going to pretend to understand what you said. It's your house, my lord.
It is, Squire. If there's something wrong with it, Downey, if he is a bully, a cutthroat, a rogue, a scoundrel, then your mentor has the right of it. That is a burden that you will bear through your life, and it shall not be easy.
Downey's
Best learn to shoulder it now. And a Downey, if you are a bully, a scoundrel, a rogue.
No, my lord. I'm none of these things. I'm an honor and virtuous knight. Squire.
Then show me. Not by your words, but by the company you keep and how they speak of you. Rest assured that our larger bullies are Downey out there in the world. And the easiest way to meet them is to be a bully yourself.
Yes,
so go,
my lord.
Vent this rough passion. And what comes of it is on each of you. The lesson you learn here shall not be instructed by me or Morgan. It shall not have been instructed by your opponent's fists. It shall be instructed in your heart to yourself. Decide who you will be and go forward as that.
Yeah. He's gritting himself through anger about what Leifwin was saying about him, knowing that he just wants to clock him right here in front of both of you so hard, but he doesn't want to do you wrong.
Yeah, that is the challenge, right? Yeah. It is the challenge of, I'm not going to punish you.
Yeah.
I won't. But you are going to have to live with who you are being.
Yeah. Yeah. I imagine you're like real close to him when you're saying this, and like, yeah, he can't do anything about it. Yeah. Cool.
Let them fight.
Yeah, and so I think there's a slight reprieve before dinner and this fight. Cool. So I don't plan on doing like a round of the feast for Obalot. I just imagine you all can just take 10 glory and say that we had a feast so we can do something else for the session.
All right. Sure. So, and this is Balin or Balin, which...
No, Obalot. This is Gorthrin Squire, their wedding.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were like the prior squire, right?
Yeah, your prior squire to the ones you got now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting married and basically sent you a card to be like, hey, like I'm getting married. You want to come? You know, you're my.
Goes the funeral balance.
So he's like what like a bachelor knight.
Yeah, he's a bachelor knight. He's a bachelor knight in Sarum, right? So part of this, part of getting your attention is like, hey, you know, like I would like an internship at Till's Head, you know what I mean? That hopefully turns into something a little more permanent, you know what I mean? Kind of that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, Gorthrin's certainly looking for loyal and honorable knights to take into his household.
Yeah, especially a prior squire, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was hoping for. So like, you know, you can imagine him like if in the game of him a player character like, oh my god, my prior knight just got a castle. Oh my god, please, you know what I mean? Like this is his dream job. It's the closest way he's going to get noticed, right? So to him, this is super important that you're here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't recall him ever any like. I don't have a bad impression. He was a fine squire.
He was unimpressionable. Is actually like basically Obalot's jam.
Compared to this one.
Yeah, extremely forgettable. Not bad, not great.
Right. He's my wine.
He's basically the 2% milk of knights.
Sure.
Like,
yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Could be something great if forged correctly, but otherwise,
So he's just whatever.
Gonna hit that 5K ceiling.
Yeah, and that's it. That's all Obolot's ever gonna get.
Yeah. Okay. I think for now I will extend an invitation to come into Gordon's household
Mm.
as part of it.
Wow. Well, he's super honored by that. Yeah. So he'll join
I'll
you
let
at
him
Tilstead?
know. I'll be like, well, when I return from my travels,
Yeah.
I'll call for you.
Awesome. I haven't calculated how many nights Tilstead should hold, but I'm sure there's room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure Morian has calculated it somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually
Me
went
too.
looking through the book just to see
Love
if there's
that guy.
any information on it. There's like a chart.
Yeah.
That's very vague on what it means.
Like
That was also for 484.
like
45.
I think if I did the math, I think Sarum itself has room for somewhere between like 30 to 50 nights. Just like idling,
Yeah, just hanging out.
Yeah. And like that's
There's
the wealth of it all, right?
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got the closest thing to an army between us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what it is. It's kind of what it is being an earl, right? Like,
Yeah.
like you can literally afford a personal army. Like people who don't even have to farm, they can just sit here and train all day.
Right.
It's like you're
that's just sort of the folks that you run around with, and then you have like as many enfeoffed to you.
Exactly. And then you have the next step below that who are also desperate for you, and that's the power. Yeah, and that's the power of it. Yep. It's a giant pyramid scheme.
Retinue of retinues.
I think the wedding of Sir Obolot is probably a good place for Aeswyn to do what she intended to and have a conversation aside with Gorthrin.
Yeah.
Because I think she's been rolling this around in her head, trying to figure out how she's going to fucking say it. But at some point, she's going to come over, with the jug of wine and like fill both of our cups. Like, Gorthrin, if I might take up a moment of your time.
Yes, I'm good for my squire. Yes. Is it?
I think our friendship has always been built on a certain amount of trust, respect, and honesty. And it is that friendship that I hope you bear in mind as I say this, because I don't know how it's going to sound. Of all the knights in Salisbury, I can think of none better than you, more worthy and deserving of the fortunes you have lately come into.
Thank you.
I worry as my father's daughter that these fortunes, deserving though you are, do not come merely for your deserving of them.
I hadn't assumed that they had. What are you getting at?
The Earl. The Earl may think you more malleable, less forward thinking than I know you to be. I do not say this because I think you shall fall under his influence, that you shall somehow become his toady. Rather, I would caution you, for other eyes are not so keen, not see so clearly into your heart, and may think you a toady when you are not. This fortune is a mama's outfit that you have been forced to wear. And I think you're capable of a great many things. I do not think yourself incapable of bearing the stresses this shall put in your path, but some of those stresses, they come at you sideways. You shall not forget who you are, I know that, but I fear others will.
Breeze and Vagon are already at circling. I assume there are others waiting. I'm not very good at spotting them, but that doesn't mean I don't know they're there.
Indeed. And mere vassal knights, those who grew up to know you not as the castellan of Tillshead, but something more humble, may find resentments in their heart that were not there before.
That. There's already been whispers about some of youthful indiscretions. They're bastards there. West Lavington. I don't think it would be a problem, but that's a lot closer than at Childerton.
Indeed. I always got the impression that my father did not overmuch change when he came into his titles and responsibilities. He was a schemer and something of a bastard. At the same time, I have wondered whether it is not the bastards that come into the position, but the position which makes the bastards if they are not careful.
Yes, I can already see how it might undermine convictions, sense of purpose in themselves, and make them question their loyalties, motivations. Easy to see, but well, something in the way the Earl presented it suggested it wasn't wholly his idea, and that there are other forces at work beyond him, small-minded and small-hearted as he may be. We're at work here through him, and I don't claim to know anything about the other world or whoever else lurks in the shadows or whatever. I know something does.
Yes.
Besides,
it is heartening to hear you speak like this.
I hope that I could have friends I could count on to watch my back.
I think you shall find the walls of our friendship even more unassailable than those of Tilshead.
Certainly.
This bulwark shall not fail, Gothrin.
Definitely not. Besides, Tolton is still in my blood, and the Bourne flows through my veins just as much as anyone else along the river there. So,
indeed. In fact, I think the largest change between us, Gothrin, is that you're going to be hosting a lot more of the fucking parties than I am.
Certainly am.
He's gonna like slap his shoulder.
Tell me about this new chef. How did they cook their eels?
Yeah. You're heading down to you're not going to Broughton, but you are going to Duplain. For this, by the way. Like your head's you're heading towards like the Duplain Castle. Like that's where Obolot's from.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So, right. Roger Dodger.
Found out that Tillshead is also on a Winterborn.
Really?
Yeah. It's not on the hex map, but it's like the actual Tillshead.
Yeah.
It's a
but it's not the
look at that. That's Providence right there.
All right. On our way to Duplain. Is Duplain hosting the wedding?
No. I was giving you the vague direction. I said it wasn't Broughton. It was Buck.
Broughton. Yeah. Broughton, gotcha.
Buckholt is where it's from.
Oh.
But yeah, that's actually where the wedding will be. I was just looking up where they're from. So okay. Yeah. So we're not gonna play out the full wedding or anything like that. So you just give your accrue 10 glory, but notable attendees here at this is also Wolfius, who's here on the bride side. A friend from the spouse, who we don't see too much of, but Wolfius being Acewind's half brother.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I would like to. He saved someone's life. He saved like the girl's life, right?
Yeah. I'm glad you remember that.
Assassin.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, and since then he's been living up pretty well. He earned himself a manor from it.
Oh, nice. Oh, so it was ended up
Nice.
being acknowledged.
Yeah. No, never acknowledged as a bastard, but through his own deed of arms, he was awarded Stapleford.
Okay, all right. I think I must have misunderstood last time. I thought like the Earl had like been like, no, that Wolfius didn't have anything to do with my save.
It was quietly, like, yeah. He was no. Yeah. I don't think I told you that he ended up getting a manor because I think that was like an intrigue result or something.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
We probably didn't find out.
We'd find out eventually. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, hey,
But
I
yeah.
heard you got that.
No, he's doing well for himself. Most notably, he didn't bring it with us here, but just to catch you up a little bit of events for Wolfius, because he doesn't really hang out with the rest of the Winterborn people. He's a little resentful. He's known for carrying a very legendary shield. Specifically, it is a shield made of the same wood of one of those trees from the one of those like protector wood trees.
Yeah.
And is actually is a known pagan shield that improves his recovery rate.
Look at that.
Yeah, so it's actually like a magic shield. Yeah, so he's been doing pretty well for himself. Not necessarily like politically, but materially he's doing pretty well for himself. He's been doing okay, and yeah, so he's here looking great. And I just wanted to bring up that he has a detail of him being here if we wanted to talk to him or not.
I would just casually talk to him just to get a feel for what he's like. Like, is he arrogant? Is he humble? Is he seem like he's on the up and up? Like that kind of thing.
He is very charming. Unlike your squire, Wolfius has a very disarming quality to him. He's I think if I had to pick a single word to describe him, he's ebullient. He is just like he's like kind of like radiant good vibes.
Gotcha.
I would like to roll Valorous to talk to him because I think Acewin is legitimately terrified of talking to Gareth's bastard son because they have absolutely no relationship. They weren't raised together. They didn't interact much.
No.
And all she really knows about him is that Gareth threw him to the wolves. Like,
just gave him to Yvain, but and Yvain
like, just totally. So I think Acewin is incredibly self-conscious about like, I don't know how I'm supposed to act with this guy. Yeah. All right, so she's gonna muster up some mustard.
Yeah,
and talk to him.
Also, thank you for the subs, everybody. So yeah, okay, yeah, it's easy to I imagine sometime during the feast, I will just roll to see what meal you catch him at. Okay. Fat capons.
Hell yeah.
Don't know what capons are.
They're a castrated rooster.
Yep, a castrated male chicken, fattened for eating. Beautiful.
I didn't know chickens had dicks to cut off. I'll be honest, my knowledge of bird genitals is not where I need it to be. It is
bird genital. Yeah. See,
people come to me all the time.
Listen, this is 101 for bird law.
Yeah.
And then they got some roasted pigeons.
Yeah, they like their birds. Go birds.
Eat jelly.
Yeah, so Wolfius is probably like chatting up some folks, as and they like there's kind of like that right lull, and you shoot your shot to like come over and talk to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and so
Wolfius.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, Acewin.
I have heard of your excellent fortune and most deserved rewards for.
Listen, are you a hugger?
Come
on.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, no. he brings it in, and it's
She's not.
Yeah.
She's not a hugger.
There you go. Listen, It is you, Gorthrin. It's great to see you two. Listen, can I get you anything? You two seem parched. How look your cups are. Yeah,
Wine would
Never
be
mind.
good at
Yeah.
this moment.
I'm fine.
yeah.
I would like some wine.
But he kind of just laughs like a car salesman. It's like it's amazing that you bring up I'm doing so well. I look at Gorthrin here. Gorthrin, Lord of Tillshead, buddy. Good for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Look, that's pretty.
Congratulations yourself. Your act of bravery as you secured your place. Your lineage is time immemorial.
The Lord, the Lord chose me to be in the right place to protect the Earl, and good things come from that, I guess.
Indeed.
Yes.
Congratulations. Living in the same area, perhaps I'll call on you for some hunting sometime.
Hey, listen, I'm okay at hunting. I'm no you. Like you, the Earl talks about you a lot, about how good you are at hunting. You too, Acewin.
We could go hunting.
Excellent. Listen, I would love to do that later this year if possible.
Perfect.
Yeah. I don't really get a chance to do anything outside of like the Modron Woods. Like I'd love to see what kind of game's up in the shoot, right? Or Collingburn. Yes. The shoot. Okay. Yeah, up in the shoot, right? I'm sure you all got plenty of stag, whatever. Heart. It'd be great.
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah. Wolf.
Yeah.
Well,
wolf. Oh, Gordon, you wanna go hunt wolves, man?
Yes, indeed. After I leave the wedding, I tend to hunt them down to where they're make their lair.
Oh, I would love to. Let's do it. He's thrown away. Like he's like, oh wow, listen. I've never hunted a wolf. That sounds intense. Well, is there anything I should know?
Gordon's not going to be like this is no ordinary wolf. This wolf has looted us for
even better. Listen,
years on end.
Listen, I would love to help. I will be the first to tell you that what I lack in knowledge, I will make up in bravery. And he's like, tell me everything I need to know about it, and like just wants to talk, like hear you talk about hunting and wolves and what to do against a wolf.
I mean, if he's willing to come along to Ridichan, I'll tell him everything.
Oh, absolutely. No, like he seems he has that genuine interested podcaster energy where like he just wants you to open up about what you're interested in and excited about, and ostensibly this is what you're excited about, right?
Yeah, and his mention of Modron Forest has Gorthrin's ears picked because I do believe that that's sort of a forest with a bit of a reputation, or I don't know what all Gorthrin knows about sort of the pagan landscape around.
The Croakwood is more like the spooky woods, but yeah. And Wolfie is going to turn to Acewin, right? And Wolfie's going to be like, "What about you? Like, are you excited to hunt wolves?"
Yes. Big hunter. I hunt all the time, really. And
when I think of Cholderton, I think of good hunting land, so that makes sense to me. Yeah.
Ace from Acewin's perspective, it's like she's got some tinnitus. There's just a little just constantly.
Yeah. He is deliberately not being awkward.
Yeah. You. That's making it worse for Acewin.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just listen. We have so much to catch up about, Acewin. I'm so glad you came over, and I think this hunting thing would be great. I'd love to get to know what everyone does up on the Bourne in your collegium. What do you call it?
What?
Your collegium, your society. What is the Bourne?
Oh, the Knights. My father. Alpha. Called it the Confederation of the Bourne.
Yeah, it's like Yvain told me. It's fine. Yeah.
Oh. I rather had ideas of furthering Gareth's tradition. with the Confederation and formalizing the brotherhood it implied.
Good. And he's going to pull you aside, right? He's going to, listen, Ace One, I know this can't be easy, but listen. If our king can be cast aside and found and discovered into what he is, you know, I'm fine. I'm fine with who I am. It's okay. You don't have to make it uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Sure, Gareth had his reasons.
Sure, whatever they were, it's fine. I've moved on from that, honestly.
To better things, I think.
To better things.
I agree. No sense in making this awkward. How about another glass of wine?
Absolutely. I would love this. Listen, I've been talking to the stewards here. Apparently, the whites are the ones that you want here. And like he just talks to you a little bit about it, and he and just wants to hear more about Chalderton and Winterborn Gunnin and sort of what's going on, you know. So yeah. So he's kind of a nice guy.
Yeah, he is. It's like suspicious.
He's suspiciously nice is actually what my notes say. So there's no reason. He's just has that look to him.
Good. Yeah.
Look at that. Nice.
All right. Cool. But we want to go to the tomb, right?
Yeah, I want to visit the memorial because we're not there to like attend whatever service Merlin was holding, right? Like that was already happened. Yeah,
the original. No, apparently Merlin did it like on the down low.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then visit the memorial then.
Yeah.
Monument.
And it's not like Balin and Balin had too much family or roots anywhere. So yeah. All right. So you're gonna do that, and then you're gonna come back and do some hunting.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. So you have to go north of Rydachin to do this. Let's assume you get, you secure yourself permissions. There's nothing else going on this year, so we can end wave that, right? Mm-hmm. And yeah, so you're gonna head off into the woods. You're going north to the castle of the Fisher King. Specifically, where you're going. Which was a ruin now.
Okay.
So, Merlin, being Merlin, has put this place in the woods north of Rydachin, and you're getting close when you arrive at a lake. So we kind of like cut through a heavy ride through thick woods off a relatively new trail, basically just a game trail that's been expanded on for extra traffic coming from this way. To what appears to be some sort of very thin, narrow metal bridge, like acrobatically thin bridge towards what the ruins of this castle that's on this island that have been sort of arranged and erected into a monument. Sort of not quite a ziggurat, but sort of like a large encounter and like stone tomb, like a mausoleum like structure. You can see from here, like across this long bridge, is that there's some sort of like Latin inscription, as well as sort of a couple obelisks. Is that the word? Obelisks. Very like Greek stuff, because I don't know. That's what Merlin's into.
Yeah, like is it sort of like a funerary inscription? Yeah. Does it seem to have any?
Okay. You know your letters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So actually, it says specifically in Latin, says here lies Balin, Knight of the Two Swords, deliverer of the dolorous stroke.
Right.
And you can tell, like, around this place, like when you get to this lake, and the reason why it was kind of relatively easy to discover is that the vegetation sort of falls off as you get close to this lake. And this bridge if you can even call it that. Again, it's barely a foot wide, right? Like you can barely walk straight up and down it.
You say it's made of metal?
Yeah, Merlin.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
In fact, like inspecting the bridge, like as you get close to it, it sort of has the like a rusty sheen of like an old blade that extends from your bank to the island.
Ah,
Interesting.
I get your aesthetics, Merlin.
Yeah. So no,
Art
it's just a
ego
plank
shit.
then, like no handrails or anything like that.
No, if it is, it's like no, it's just the full blade.
Yeah.
No
Probably not
handrail.
traveling
No,
with
this is
lances,
whoever
really.
built this super not up to OSHA code.
Right. Yeah. We're probably not traveling with our lances or anything.
No. No, you probably would be, considering you're traveling in different lands, but you probably have some sort of flag or whatever that, like, you know, that you're not raiding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you probably
I'm
have
just looking for something to steady, like, you know, first off to see how deep the lake is.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you lance the lake, and the lake's about 9 meters deep. It's like the whole lance like goes in.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, that's not.
Yeah, like it drops pretty precipitously. Lord. You know, I've never. You know, I think you're one of your squires are like, you know, I've never seen a lake that deep.
Yeah.
Merlin is a strange man. If he built this, there shall be all manner of strangeness associated with it.
Wizards love their lakes, let me tell you.
They sure do.
But I want to emphasize that the island, more than your edge of the lake, has been sort of like defoliated in like a drought, I guess would be the easiest way to describe it, right?
Weird.
Yeah. Drink that water. All right.
The water appears fine. The stuff on the outside of the lake as well appears fine. It just seems like the island where those ruined castles fallen, right? This was the domain of the Fisher King. Okay. But sort of like the grounds, I guess, of this sort of castle and the ruins and stuff that are sort of behind this statue, or sort of this mausoleum-like structure. You know, like all of the grass and stuff around it, nothing seems to grow, right? Very much picture sort of like cut grass that's been dried in the summer. You know what I mean? That very tight straw. No wildlife to speak of. Just dry, which is why you can see it.
Roll into the Dark Tower came kind of imagery.
Yeah, actually, that's pretty good. Yeah.
So I'm not crossing this bridge with my armor on.
Oh.
That sounds like a good way to drown. And
sounds right.
Yeah.
I think Ace Win would probably like no armor, but also like there's that specific like white robe that you wear if you're like going on a pilgrimage or like penitent. I'm very certain there's a name
I know what
for
you're,
it.
yeah.
Like it's that
I know what you're talking about.
Prayer robe.
It's it's sort of it's like a pilgrim's gown or something like that, where it's very much like, don't attack me, and a lot of people wore it so they didn't get attacked. This is a pretty common thing. Yeah.
So that.
Yeah. Sure. I would. It would make sense that you would have one.
Yeah. Go to the base of this obelisk and probably say a prayer for old Two Swordy. Yeah.
You go carefully there. You can see why before you kneel and reflect and pray, there is something else here behind the mausoleum for Balin and Balin. And that is encased in red stone. One of the two swords, specifically that second sword, that shinier sword. It seems to be enshrined in and of itself here.
Like sword in the stone type thing?
No, not like in an anvil down, but actually like encased. Like it, like, you know, like
okay, yeah.
Like the stone's
Okay.
translucent or it's embedded?
Yeah, no, it's actually like it's sort of embedded. It's clearly like a weird red quartzy, like it's like marble with like a geode, like it's some Merlin shit. Okay.
Yeah.
If you didn't know better, you consider it magically sealed.
Sure.
In fact, it looks very bejeweled, I guess.
Does it look like you could pluck it out of there?
Yeah, I think so. I think sticking out, it seems like it's pluckable. However, at the base of it, there is another inscription, also in Latin.
Yeah.
It says, "Never shall a man take me hence, but only by the one who is deemed to be the best knight in the world."
Right is.
Yeah. Right.
Because
You can try it. Yeah.
I don't. My
Gorthrin
pride is not
knows-
very high. Yeah. Oh, my modest is 13. This is not a current. Yeah.
Gorthrin is like he knows enough to realize how ignorant he is of whatever supernatural forces he might be coming up against, and a weapon like that would be.
Yes. And I want to emphasize that there is a sense of loss here, of purity lost, that is ephemeral, but also, able to be sensed on this island. Like, imagine sort of like a gentle angel crying in the sky, singing like a gentle aria that is in your brain, just being here. But there is some sort of not I wouldn't say like there's it's just lachrymose. Like, I don't know, like there's, you know what I mean? Like there's some sort of like sad violin, that would be playing here about the feelings of something that was once great that has been lost here. In fact, even though as a pagan, there is something sort of like serene about it. This is definitely more of a Christian site, and what remains here. But there, you can still recognize its in fact, its severity in terms of its intensity.
Yeah. There's a sacredness to it that transcends sort of.
Yeah, it's consecrated land, right?
Yeah.
Or it was consecrated that seems to have been defiled or broken. Something tragic happened to consecrated land, and that is the taste in the air here. I don't think your squires joined you. I think both of them would probably be hanging out over on the other side, just holding your horses because your horses don't want to be here.
Oh no, yeah, I bet. Okay,
yeah. So it's just you two on this quiet island.
It's just, I think Gorthrin's just gonna stand there, look at that sword for a while,
in the shadow of the ruins, and the tomb of Balin, and this sword.
Yep.
Balin's death is connected with all of this. Somehow died in that storm. Things crashed down around him.
I don't disagree. Neither do I have any sign on what my place in all of this is. Which will come in time. In this world, I do not imagine the Lord has any impetus to dally.
No, neither do I. Gorthrin's gonna try to take the sword.
Sword does not budge.
Acewin's gonna give Gorthrin like a look, like, guy. I know you had to, but
right. Perhaps I'll return when I am the greatest knight.
Of course. So perhaps next year.
Yes. And then I just poke around to the place. Like, is there an obvious source of like any kind of, like, is there?
Absolutely. There is sort of like there are several lightning strikes that sort of brought this place low, right? It is though this place has been smitten. The ruins have been cleaned up since like the actual event. Merlin has sort of done a clean sweep of this place. But nevertheless, through the scorch marks kind of remaining, this place was brought down. The keep itself, so like the walls around it were mostly intact, but the keep itself was the one that was struck and fell. And since then, the rest of the castle has begun to degrade very quickly, owing to the sort of this lack of a better word,
Magic.
yeah, magic of this island that something bad seems to be sucking the life out of this island. I would refer back to the note on the tomb that says, "He who smote the dolorous stroke," because I don't think you know what the dolorous stroke is.
No. I mean, Colin does. Aesmond doesn't.
Yeah, I recognize the name. I recognize the term, but I don't know.
Yeah, something. Yeah, it would be something. Yeah, I don't know. You are just in character. You are finding out about it now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that would be
pour a little out for Phelan, and then head back.
Yeah, hell yeah. 35 glory. For both of you.
Very good.
Before heading back.
And is this Balin or Balin? How do you spell?
Both.
Which way do you spell?
It's both. And that is, I didn't emphasize that part. My bad. But yes, both of them are entombed here, as though they both ended up here.
Okay.
That's what I thought I'd heard last week.
Yeah. So, ruined castle, weird tomb, red marble encrusted gem sword thing.
Neat.
Sword blade.
Definitely
bridge.
Not foreboding, not foreshadowing that we're going to return to 5 or 6 episodes.
No, definitely
so one and done, little side. Love it.
Yeah, right. Little vignette.
This is the Arthurian equivalent of a beach episode.
Yeah. You got it. Or a hot tub. Yeah.
There's I mean, look at all the sand.
All right. Shall we hunt?
We shall hunt.
All right. Conehelm, your kid would love to join you hunting. This is not really hunt wolves. This is not really his spot. No. Right? But he would love. But he really wants to go.
Yeah, because he's like what, 9 now, 8?
Yeah,
8. Something like that. I'm sorry, Conehelm. This is not possible. It's dangerous prey. I'll take you hunting in the fall.
All right, Dad. All right, Dad. He's he won't cry in front of you, but he is heartbroken that he doesn't get to join you on the wolf hunt. He's absolutely devastated. You've never seen a kid more upset. Okay.
Get over it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right, so we're gonna do some more wolf hunting. We're gonna run into that same so we're gonna run into the same problem. So I imagine we sort of like time it right to be the right part of the month. So let's try.
Yeah, I think this year, like the last time we had found him, and their tracks ended up in the opposite direction of British Channel. Though if he's, oh my God, I kind of want to like start in Shootwood and then assume that we're going to be making our way northward.
Yeah.
Towards Ridgechan, and then maybe if it breaks the trail, then we maybe hope to pick it back up somehow.
Yeah, if you remember, it's something to do with a tower, right? Some sort of black tower.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Yeah, I figure once we get up that area, we can start asking around if anybody else has seen this tower, or like. Yeah.
So Wolfius is going to probably be the first one to be sort of curious about what's going on. Right, being like, what? Hang on, I thought we were hunting wolves in the chute.
That's where they hunt our flocks. That's where we find their trail, but it always ends earlier this spring.
A lone
came
wolf
came
traveling
across,
across the spring. What is? That's
this
most
wolf
bizarre.
is not natural.
No.
Some creature from the
Hmm.
other world or something. It's come through. Some demon.
Is this normal? It looks to Ace. What is this? Is this a normal thing you do up here?
Our father had stories, perhaps, and I know you didn't hear them. One of them involved a giant goat, I think. Another involved a tower building itself. Seem to remember also something about a sword coming down a river, and there was also a unicorn. To be honest, I didn't
remember
half of the unicorn. I remember, yes.
Yes.
Don't remember the giant goat. It was one of my father's oldest stories, and you can only hear it so many times if we just let it go.
Came across a knight the last time we were hunting this wolf. Said that they'd heard a tale in Ritterchan of a tower raised by sorcery and a knight who'd been cursed.
Oh wow. Do you remember the story?
I mean, of course, tries to tell as best he can. Yeah. I think that they're connected somehow. That Cholderton is its hunting grounds, perhaps, or it can possess the wolves. I do not know how it works, honestly. I just know that if it can be killed, I aim to kill it.
Well, I will not get in the way of you and your glory. I will do my best. Yeah.
Take as many of us as we can muster. All of our valor.
Very well.
I think Gorthron has a very this is different for Gorthron. This is less of a come watch me bash heads on the battlefield kind of moment, as more it's like a duty maybe. Like if he stumbled across something, if it's somehow connected to his father or or is connected to whatever undercurrents of fate that might be playing out in his own life. Like it's less about his own personal glory. Like they just have to do this. As long as it gets done and he facilitates it, that's what matters.
Okay.
But yeah, let's start shooting and assume we're going to be making our way towards Ridgechan at some point.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. All right. I'll ask for a hunting roll to see how things are going, to sort of set the position of what's going on. One of you sort of leading the group here. It's not both of you.
Oh, good. I'll let you roll that then.
Seems like Gorthron's thing, so yeah, we can let Gorthron lead the way here.
Let's see.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Hunting is literally twice mine.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. All right. So you're able to track newer, fresher wolf prints on this side, right? They seem to lead towards the sort of black tower that I don't think you've all seen, but I know the other characters have seen before.
Mm-hmm.
There's a black tower, and there's sort of several quarries around it. Yeah.
We follow them for a while. Then that's a day or so.
Yeah. So the important part here is that for a defensive tower like this, there's no entrance to the tower, and there's no one around it, right? It's just this black, not a monolith. You can see the stones are set up to it, but there's no way into this tower. It's just really weird. Just fits very out of place for the rest of the land here. And sure enough, the tracks are leading to one of these caves that sort of dot the quarries around this tower. You have a bead on which path to take with your successful hunting roll here, and you think that you are on the verge to you can capture this beast finally. It's things are after years of being plagued by this thing. It is finally in your grasp. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
Wolfie's like, are we here? We've been, we've been here for days.
This should be it. Assuming it's a fortuitous time of day to go in there. It's not like almost sundown or something like that.
No, it's
I prepared to head in there.
Sure.
Swords up.
Yes, that's where it is.
Yeah.
Tracks lead.
Cool.
At any point, have the tracks changed, or like have they
in the cave? Yeah. In the cave, you rather than a wolf, prints, you find the shapes of men-sized footprints, where a man lies naked and dehydrated, in the cave, where you should have a wolf. So imagine you all like ready to go, spears ready, and you go into the cave, and instead there is a man. A man. I mean, they're so bedraggled that I don't think there's any way to recognize them. So I won't even ask for a recognize roll or anything of that sort of matter here. But
Aeswin is going to
what? By the gods, that's not a wolf. That's a man. Says Wolfius.
Yeah. So it is. Are they roused at all? Or like, are they awake or?
They're awake, and dehydrated and like parched, like they're exhausted, right? Like they sunstroke almost, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they offer no like resistance to like they just barely like put up a hand. Their clothes are torn and in ribbons.
I think. Would this be like merciful or generous? Because right now that there's like, I think on one side is absolutely suspicious.
Yeah.
Is this trusting versus suspicious? I'm trying to figure out what Aeswin would do here. I think there's an instinct to help, but also an instinct of like, this could be a demon. This could be a trick of the devil himself.
Yeah. For sure.
I'm gonna roll trust. I'm gonna roll trusting versus suspicious. Okay. Suspicious. Yeah. So suspicious wins out, and Aeswin is gonna move to bind him.
Yeah, good idea.
We'll help him once his hands are bound. And I think Aeswin actually will probably say that. Be like, she'll give him water once we are sure that he's not going to turn into a beast on us.
That makes perfect sense to me.
Very good. As we're binding him, is he wounded at all? Clothes are torn and ripped, but does he have wounds or?
No, I wouldn't say that. So, no.
Okay.
Just sweaty and yeah.
I'm sure he's like filthy and like looks like living in a cave. Let's bring him like closer to the entrance so that we're like in the light and not in some smoky, shadowy cave or something.
Yeah.
And like, does he have anything with him? Does he have a camp or just like he sleeps here?
Yeah, so what I would say is that there's a little bit of a camp in this cave as far as like there's some furs or something that he's been sleeping on.
Yeah.
But as far as anything in terms of like, is he, what kind of person he is or anything, there's nothing identifying to him other than his own words, which are he's asking for parley, like basically peace. Let's, don't kill me.
Yeah. Sure. It looks like he lives like lives like a wolf. Certainly.
Yeah.
Big. How did you come to live in this cave?
Your mercy is. It's most generous to me. You wouldn't believe it if I told you.
Our mercy is not without conditions, and one of those conditions is that you speak, man.
It is. It is a sad story of an ambitious lord who has taken my sister, and I've been cursed powerless. He looks at his hands down.
Who are you? Of what lands? Your sister's name, this lord's name.
From the. He speaks with a thick, like, northern accent. He's from Malahut.
Okay.
Oh, that place.
Yeah. So up in Malahut, he tells you that there is a lord who has taken over his castle. This guy is Lord Oral, right? So, or so he says.
Yeah.
And
So little of that is how I was going to spell it.
Yeah. You got the O. Everything else is, yeah. And he says that they're basically a blackguard by the name of Sir Cadlo, who has taken his castle. He says that Cadlo is, you don't know who Cadlo is, but Cadlo has sort of taken his lands, and every night, or he has a hard time remembering it, but this tower sends he's supposed to return to it at night on a full moon, and that's all he remembers. That and you can tell that his sort of drive of, like, his sense of self is sort of losing itself, you know, as he spent so much time as a wolf. Second of all, though, is that there's a very, very, very strong drive of revenge and getting back at this lord. And that's why, like, he knows his name and he knows his sister, which he can't even remember his name of his sister anymore. And he knows that Sir Cadlo has taken what's his. And that's...
Have you any tokens of your past life?
Eyes.
Any trinkets?
Gone. Just like the rest of myself. And you see me in my shreds, and that is the shreds of my honor as well. I have nothing.
Why do you go to Childerton?
I don't know where. I don't know. Not, you know, what is Childerton?
My lands. Someone preys on my people and their flocks.
If I have robbed you of yours, it was merely to eat. It is nothing more. I have no control over this curse.
Aeswin is going to kind of turn and speak to... Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, it's the Witch of Lothian has done this to me.
Witch Lothian. Yeah. At that, Aeswin's going to turn and kind of address Gorthram quietly. Not, like, necessarily actually caring that much if he overhears, but, like, definitely just trying to speak specifically. Like, I'm of two hearts, Gorthram. The Christian in me says that a man at his lowest is in most need of grace. And yet I worry this is a trick of the very devil himself.
What if this is a trick?
This is a trick. It is a trick played upon our grace. We would give succor to this man. He would tear out our throats in our sleep or something. I do not know.
Wolfius isn't privy to this conversation, is he?
Yeah, I mean, he would be.
Okay.
She's not, like, she's mostly just trying to make it clear.
Side hustle from that.
Yeah, make it clear, be like, we're talking about you, not to you.
Correct.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Wolfius is going to say, well, I don't want to overstep you all, but if I may, I will put myself forward. So this way you all are safe. I will.
I do not fear for my safety, Wolfius. But God asks us to take care of this mortal fleshy body of ours. And recklessness is no virtue. Especially not when that recklessness is to give in to a devilish trick. So you can like turn and just kind of stare at Oral again.
Recklessness may not be a virtue, but valor is. My intentions are to find this Lord Cadlo and challenge them to single combat.
This fucking guy.
Yes. Well,
I think that would go poorly for you, Wolfius. By what standing? Under whose authority?
This man's honor.
We know not if this is even a man, for we have as great an evidence that he is a wolf.
I can't explain it. It's not through God. It's just something in my heart. I can't explain it to you.
Yeah,
forgive me.
Try listening to God. He is,
something. I don't know. There is something that speaks to me that says that this man's words are true. And if this is the hiss of a viper, then so be it.
Yes. Seems as though if he had any control over it, he would not live like this.
And this is the first time, Acewin, this is the first time that you know that this guy has like a penchant for like righting the wrongs for like people who have had their life fucked up to them.
Yeah, like
you know what I mean?
It's very clear. Why
okay. I'm sorry. I wasn't gonna. I like bringing the subtext as the text, as you know, by episode 67. But I want to make it explicit. So if you wanted to play on the dramatic irony of this, is that yes, this is the part where now he reveals it is that he will help other people in need because he has his own drive for it. He's not just a cool guy.
And the thing that Acewin is really trying not to say is you can't fix every broken toy.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he is going to.
Yeah. Acewin's gonna like deep breath, like try and center herself. If my half brother is so set on his foolishness, and it is foolishness, perhaps it may be turned towards a practical good. Gorthrin, you and I may be able to put a truth to this man's identity. Then, and only then, might we bear efforts down on writing what justice needs to be brought on Lord Cadlo.
Well, there is a way. Run away from here. I mean, it could be another full moon by the time we. It'd be.
Yeah, like I mean, he's gonna have to build like a dog pen for this dude at his manor while we go off and figure this out.
Yeah. Oops.
Staple version.
Acewin wants to scour this cave.
So,
because this dude says he has no trinkets, but how the fuck would he know? He doesn't remember his sister's name.
He doesn't have something.
Yeah, he doesn't remember. He does.
If I'm transforming and I know I'm losing parts of myself, I hide. Yes, a token. There's got to be a token,
and that is the problem. Is that he doesn't remember what it was.
Yeah, but he doesn't need to remember it. We just need to find it.
Yes, exactly. This is the situation of I moved my car keys to a spot I won't forget, and then you forgot.
Yeah, the difference is we're not in a parking garage with a bunch of cars.
Yeah,
we're in a cave. So if we find a car in the cave, it's probably his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Unless this is the hangout. This is where every werewolf goes. So it's just like this is the token room. Yeah. We don't know which ours is. It's just a bowl of keys
inside of that tower, right?
Pardon?
The cave is within sight of that tower, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and apparently he goes into the tower. It's like what he is the things that is a part of his memories.
Get in there.
I don't know. It's part of the bestial memories. I remember the blood in my mouth, and I remember the stone under my feet. Sometimes I wake up here, and sometimes I wake up elsewhere.
How old does he look?
I was really hoping that he kept coming back to this cave. That is
when he comes back to this place, yes. But apparently this guy goes other places too.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Still worth a look,
There
still
is-
worth.
Let's look in
Yeah.
the cave.
sure. Okay. So looking into the cave, you find remnants of things that a knight would carry, like a scabbard that's empty. You find maybe like half of a boot or like one boot, but nothing that indicates, this man was clearly like he owned boots, which is he's not a peasant,
Right, not
you know.
helpful.
Like he had spurs, like he have a spur, like the fact that you have a spur, this guy's probably is a knight, right? But or a hedge knight or something, right? But you don't
Yeah.
know. But there's nothing here that's verifiably, definitively like a crest or any like heraldic like family token here. There's no challenge coin to take. There's nothing.
The only thing I can think of is the scabbard. If we can find the leather worker in his supposed hometown and be like, hey, did you make this scabbard? Because that's one of the big ticket leather working items, more so I think than a boot.
More so than a boot, yeah.
Because how many scabbards is like a Manor's leather worker really making?
Yeah. Are there any water sources nearby, like a place where you might go get a drink or something?
Yeah, I there has to be some sort of water source in this cave.
Stream or something. Okay.
Yeah, right.
I'd check there as well. Like it's possible that it dropped something or it's gotten partially buried or I don't, I mean, like it's
give me
shot, but...
give me an awareness test at -5 as you're literally like in a pretty dark liminal cave in the water looking for something. Awareness at -5.
No, even worse.
Not a fumble.
Right. Yeah, just nothing obvious.
Right. Just
all right.
Scabbard it is. And do we see? Is there anything else in the cave? Like, are there any? Like in metagame, since we visited it before, or is it?
It's a different. Yeah, this is a different one of the caves that you were in here. This isn't like isn't the weird invisible lion cave.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what I was curious about. Like if there were any of those
So,
markings or cave drawings.
Right. Yeah, I wanted to. Yeah, because it's a different one.
Okay. So, in absence of being able to verify the story here, it really sounds like the only way we could unpluck this mystery is to actually go up to Malahut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
adventure time.
Yeah. Let's this is some Hamlet shit. We're gonna hire some jesters to put on a play in which a guy turns his rival into a wolf and then like forcibly marries that dude's sister, and then 2 knights show up and kick his ass. Like
you got it.
Yeah.
We'll ask Morgan if he.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's ask Morgan to start writing it. Yeah, I love it. Awesome, cool. Well, there's not gonna be enough time this year to go up to Malahut.
Yeah,
but we could do that next spring actually.
So we're taking this guy with us, this Lord Orale, with us.
Yeah. He tells you that towers are important, and he remembers that there's some sort of ivory tower at wherever he lived. So like whatever castle in Malahut, he doesn't know the name of it, but he knows that it is there because there's an ivory tower there.
Okay. You know what? Honestly, we can
Ivy Tower. Sorry,
we can spend the downtime before we head up there. Like honestly, I think Morgan might be a good person to talk to about this because if anyone's going to hear about a dope ass tower in the north, it's probably going to be Mr. Drama,
right? Or someone that goes around actually calling themselves a placard.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm assuming the Cadlo doesn't, but that's
right.
Well, get that kind of reputation. It's like we understand the significance of it, right? Like that he's like this, like that he's describing Cadlo as like this just wicked knight. Do I understand? Or am I reading too much into the blackguard comment?
No. That's what he thinks, right? Like obviously this guy, he doesn't remember the events that exactly transpired, but he knows that this guy was jealous of his lands and he wanted to marry his sister, and this guy's a bad guy. And next thing you know, I'm a cursed wolf.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get my stuff back.
Okay.
So unfortunately, he's so like gone that it's
Yeah.
patchwork at best.
So Wolfius is going to see to
Yeah,
his safety
Right.
and
yeah.
Raleigh's
Wolfius swears to it as long. Yeah, and Wolfius promises him that he will be the guy who challenges this lord back for his honor.
yes.
Oh, I
Yeah, I
thought
believe
Wolfius was
gonna-
babysitting.
No, he is, but he also
They're both-
Wolfius tells
Okay.
him like, listen, man, I'm gonna do it for you. Like, I
Yeah.
got you. Like, we're gonna
I'm
get through
assuming
this. Okay.
Wolfius is going to see this through the end too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Mm.
So,
All right.
So basically, with or without your all's help next year, Wolfius is going to do this quest. So
Yeah.
No, I think that's what Gorthrin set his minds to.
okay, sick.
This is on the menu for sure.
Oh yeah, awesome. Cool. Do you want to do anything else this year? Because otherwise, I think we might go to spreadsheets.
Anything about the order of knights that Basement's trying to set up?
Did you want to do that? I thought we asked that last time. And
yeah, I was laying the groundwork at the party last time, right? And I got like the permission of the Earl, but I don't think I've actually actively recruited anyone or done anything like that. Oh, right. No, you know what it was? I was coming up with the token, the thing that was going to signify membership. Yeah. I think it's gonna be a like chalky white stripe you wear on your tabard.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like a single stripe on the tabard.
Sure. For the Born. Yeah. All right. And Gorthrin, just so you know, this will be the last year for just Shoulderton, and then going forward, it's going to be you're getting the income from Till's Head, and everything squared away
most
to
of the
you.
stuff I'm curious about is like just the bookkeeping stuff about Till's Head.
You're going to get Ted income.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that gets trade off because if he's not living at Shoulderton, then he doesn't get those sweet checks.
Correct.
Yeah.
I have to generate what's in Till's Head for you, but I do know that the base income is going to be 10.
Okay. Yeah, I had questions about a lot of that, but I figured we'd come to it.
Because it's a problem for next year because you're like,
next year's,
you got offered it this year. You're not, your stewards aren't running it. You know what I mean? So that's why.
I figured he was spending the rest of this year getting ready to move and mostly living at Shoulderton. All
right, spreadsheet time then. All right. The base this year was 19. You didn't have a calamity. There was also no raids or anything. So let's do our checks and stuff like that before I jump any further, because I'm gonna do it in order.
Energetic. Hey, merciful goes up.
Any checks this year?
Spiritual goes up. The other thing I think I have is flirting is definitely going to go up. Yeah. Hey, love it.
Love to see it.
Aging rolls, LMAO. 29 years old. Our last year in our 20s.
Yep. Last year, we're worried about dying of old age.
Nah, you got till 35.
That's true.
35.
That's true.
35's the hill, mechanically.
Yeah.
You're still in your 20s till you're 35.
So I get 6 more attribute points to pump in.
You need that one more.
Yeah. Oh, sweet. Mace goes up. I think that's it for me. It was not a busy year.
Don't you get like free energetics and stuff?
I mean,
you already rolled out stuff at the start. Yeah, sorry, but it ran off the screen for me.
Yeah.
All right, sick. All right, experience rolls done, aging's done, household survival, and economic circumstances.
So, survival. 2, 4. Okay, let's see. Oh, wait, what's our bonus? Because I lived richly.
Yeah, you have to. It's +3.
Okay.
So it's pretty much just a natural 1.
Yeah, you
Kids.
sort of have to now. That's fine.
Living richly is cool.
Household member survival. Okay. Let's do fine. Fine. They're fine. They're fine. Angarad. They're doing great. That was that last one was for Karen, the mistress of Acewin and Alwina.
Yeah.
I would actually like to factor her in as like an actual mistress if possible.
Oh, okay.
I would like to pay the Libra to incorporate her into the household.
Okay. I will note that for just spend a Librum for their lifestyle.
Yeah. I figure it's part of the larger expenditure of Alwina's
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Chalderton. Your justice event this year is a passionate farmer against an unconvincing childhood friend.
Yeah.
About a knifing.
Over a knifing.
Wow.
With an illicit love affair attached to someone's cousin. This is a serious
that farmer is very certain that your childhood friend was boinking their cousin.
This is a murder doth rote episode.
Yeah, this isn't the first time that a childhood friend of Gorthrin's has ended up.
Yeah.
I don't remember what their name is, but
now if you want
with a rough crowd,
if you want a Librum, and forego the test, you could go ahead and
I don't
check arbitrary and okay.
Yeah, we'll
not anymore.
Some sort of justice. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I will roll +10 for their skill, and then I will roll the. Okay, they're rolling at a 20. So I just barely beat you.
Right.
All right, that's fine. There's no reduction of hatred of landlord. Then all you got to do is test your concern for commoners.
Mm-hmm.
That goes to 0.
Did you pass, Jim?
Yep.
All you got to bank on is just not having.
Don't fumble.
Yeah, don't fumble. All right, rather result.
He's not rolling
all right, let's do.
People at shoulders is gonna be really mad when he sees what he does when he arrives at Tilt's Head.
All right, doing gun it. Gun it. You didn't have any conflicts. You're taking a -1 because of the stream.
I'd never say it. I'll be grateful when Erwin's son is gone. Oh, sure, he don't take care of us, don't ride to the fields at night, don't resurrect the dead in unholy rites. Not half the necromancer Erwin was.
That's why the wolves attack. The necromancer keeps the wolves at bay, my lord.
He didn't even strike my mother-in-law down with the pox. I had to strike her myself. What a sad state of affairs the world is when your lord isn't even striking down your mothers.
It's the pox. I love it because the accent's also extremely Southern England. So that's extremely good.
I've been watching a lot of BBC shows lately.
Nice.
Oh, you are dealing with a convincing and a passionate farmer.
This is a good challenge.
An illicit love affair involving someone's grandfather.
Randy Grandpa. All right.
It's very unlikely. It's very unlikely that you get passionate folks. So when you get against the +10, that's this is some serious.
It is. Fuck me.
I mean, I think they win by default simply by just they crit against you.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're not going. You do pass though, so your hatred doesn't get reduced. So it's technically a tie. So just a tie and failed.
Yep. Okay. So
All good.
Concern of Commoners is 12, and I have a hate and love are both at 4, so it's just the 12.
Survey says.
Ooh.
Nope.
Not a good year. Not a good year.
Nothing. No change. It's okay. This year is relatively mild. So your misfortune this year against is going to be 18, and Cholderton's is 19. So I'm going to roll 19 for Cholderton. They pass with an 8 and 18 for Gunnet. I fumble, so you'll be doing pretty well.
Nice.
Hell yeah! All right, so pass means you can live normally for free, but you have to live richly.
I want to live richly.
Okay. So this was a pass. This was a pass. You want to live. You got a normal result, but you want to live richly. Yeah, so the cost is 12. That's correct. And Gunnet, same thing. Fumble, and you pass. You get to live richly by default. Pretty sick. Doesn't cost you anything.
Like to hear that?
Yeah, it's all because your kid didn't knock the the waxy candles all over Gordon's work.
Yep. Just got to carry him around. My kid's like that. I'm thinking of the stories about Buster Keaton and his act. They sewed a handle in the back of his jacket because the act was the dad literally throwing him across the stage.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. Then we got to go through all of the extra rolls for lifestyles done. So spouse industry.
Right. I don't have high hopes, but my wife has been getting a lot better. So close. So close. And then
improvement expenses is the same from last year. Improvement income, you're just rolling for the Cholderton, I think you're just rolling for the apiary. And Gunnet, you get you have 4 expenses, but I think you can default to so you get to 4. No, you get 5 because of the toll. This year, Gunnet.
Yeah.
Because you got that toll from asking Arthur.
Yep.
Improvement income. You got a 4, so that's also an additional 1. That's sick. Other manor income 1. 0. What were additional expenses?
Pear orchard doesn't become profitable till next year.
I think Acewin wants to set up not a jousting field, but something to practice swordsmanship.
Sure.
So like
say it costs you let's say it costs 5 librum.
Okay.
Training grounds. It's fine by me. How much money did you spend on the expenses this year? Like that gift and stuff. Was it just a horse that you had laying around that you gave away?
I literally had an extra horse, yeah.
Perfect.
I have 4 spare chargers. So like I can give them away.
Yeah. And Jim, you gave him like a barouche kind of thing, right? So like how much do you want to spend
like 2?
2? I was gonna say,
yeah.
Okay. Awesome. That's considered conspicuous spending.
Oh yeah, I keep.
I mean, I'd
I've really
also like
started
to max out my conspicuous spending.
I mean, maxing it out means spending like 100. I don't even know what
Can I
It'd be
spend
like
like
10.
I have
I don't-
517 Libra.
The max. I
You've-
thought the max
you've-
was 100
10,
glory.
right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
like
I think the
10
max.
Libra.
Yeah, I think the max is yeah.
So otherwise,
That's
I could.
that's how it's been, right?
I don't think
that's what I did last time.
Yeah,
But
I don't understand how you can spend more than that in a single year without people being like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
right.
I think cap's perfectly fine.
Wait, I think I'm gonna cross 1,000 with traits and passion for my glory. So
All right, Chalderton, your final income this year is 146. Gunnet, final income this year 141.
All right, 146. So the 375 doesn't get till 516.
Correct.
Okay.
So
What is it? 146.
one. Shit.
So you'll be getting that the start of next year.
Okay.
And that's we're getting 375. Was it?
Correct. You were no one of you was
Okay.
getting three. You're getting the full 375. Gorthrin's not getting the full 375. Gorthrin, I thought, was getting half of that.
We
Right.
were. I was given a full share plus half, which would make
Right.
it 750.
375.
and
Sorry.
and we
And we
split down the
split it.
middle.
Oh,
that.
you split it.
Yeah.
You split it in half. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm already fractioning, but we already did that. So hell yeah.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'll spend conspicuously continue to upgrade the manor. I don't have any specific things but just everything gets a new set. It's good flatware, good rugs.
Makes sense. You have
Yeah.
you have a lot to spend on your new castle.
Thanks.
So
Yeah.
Most of my spending is like helping my wife show off her girlfriend. Like,
who doesn't? Who
Yeah.
hasn't been in those shoes?
So that's
So. All right. Conspicuous. Economic circumstances are over.
Yep.
Stable roles followed by random marriage and childbirth stuff, and then training and practice.
okay. Let's see, Herodotus, you're still go down to 4. All the others go down to 5. So that's one of the reasons I gave one of them away. There's really not much purpose having 5 horses that are the same age, because that also means they're all getting decrepit at the same time. So
Yep.
they're
Yeah.
going to be good gifts. Like I'm fine
Yeah.
with it because like they're going to be good gifts. But I can't. I'm never going to use all these.
Gotta
horses.
get rid of them.
It's like that guy at the picture of the guy with the lemons, but they're horses.
Why can't I hold all these horses? Why can't I hold all these expensive chargers? These trained for war horses that will never ever do any labor whatsoever.
Yeah. Hey, you know what your daughter needs for a riding horse? Biter over here. He's
And, like-
kicked in the head of 3 different hostlers.
That's one of the weirdest things I think for like medieval stuff is that like a war horse literally does not do work. Like it's like
Yeah.
trained to not do work.
Mhm.
So like you're paying somebody like the luxury to pay someone to be a standing soldier who's literally trained all the time to do this and have a fucking horse that does that rather than like a
Mhm.
donkey. Like this is insane to me. Like it's so
Yep.
cool and that's why they're so expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
That's
going to the stable men
yeah.
being like, all right, I need you to like massage this war horse and feed it the finest of grains and oats. And when you're done, you can all go to the back and share a turnip.
Yeah, the expenses required for that sort of like singleness of purpose is just like it's literally the entire economic system is designed around this, right? Like
Mhm.
like it takes an entire village of people to support this lifestyle expressly just to fuck people up on a battlefield.
To quote
Wow.
Mel Brooks, it's good to be the king.
All right. So I think 1 with my +1. that one, but from living richly, that one becomes a 2, and that horse is not out.
Not ruined.
But the 4 is has a -6 penalty. So that Sumter, who has been kicking it, was born in 502. That Sumter finally, like,
even
so tired, falling your ass all over Southern England.
That's hate to see it.
Even
the oats with the salmon oil extra for the better sheen coat, it's not enough. And hard health.
Yep.
It dies doing what it dies doing what it loved doing best, stepping on the peasants.
Nearly kills.
Don't wish to be a bother, my lord, but the horse rather laid down on Gerald and has refused to get off him. I think he's using him as some sort of pillow. Oh, well, sounds like the horse is comfortable. You're right. Probably best to leave Gerald. He lived a long life, 19 years old, oldest among us.
All right.
If Gerald had the pox, it'd be even worse.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we have to do it in family roles.
Yeah, chance for babies if you want them.
Nope. Yeah. Already did family. Oh, family improvement or just family survival? Because I already rolled.
No, we're doing we're doing the marriage and child stuff now. We already did survival before economics. Now the marrying and child and the childbirthing stuff, followed by training and practice, then glory.
Got it. Okay.
So if you're not having kids, then just go to skip directly to training and practice.
Training and practice. Strength is now 18.
So that is with the living richly bonus. That is another kid for Gorthman.
Yeah. Ooh, hell yeah. Did you roll a d6?
Yeah. One.
Odds are female.
Let's see, I did that. I haven't done the child, so they have a baby and then rolling on the childbirth table.
Yes. Now you're gonna roll.
That's where that +3 really comes in.
Yeah.
And so healthy child.
Yeah.
It's a healthy girl.
Do you need a name?
Yeah, is Swedman still naming all the kids?
No. Not anymore. Your relationship's been pretty off the rocks for, I think, now 2 years. Yeah.
I think he's good. In that case, let us have
your RNG.
Yeah.
Lesney.
Yeah.
Arthur and child 515. Nice. Love it. Yeah. I love how training and practice is really just boosting stats. Like, that's all that matters.
Yeah, there's a lot that I'm wanting to boost, but I think nice. Like, I really want higher dex. I feel like just is going to be a lot more important.
Yeah, now that you are.
Yeah.
That's the one I've been building sort of Acewin around is just. That's her notable trait. She believes in fairness, equity.
Right.
Believes everyone deserves a fair chance at being her wife's girlfriend.
Certainly.
I mean, that is the liberal dream.
Oh. Veteran's stewardship goes up by 1. Stewardship, Veteran.
Ooh. I think Gwern just if it's 6, if it's improving on 6s,
Improves on a
Gwern,
6 unless it's 20.
it is now 20. Gwern has reached their ultimate form.
Apotheosis.
Nice.
Accounting apotheosis.
Oh, yeah.
I am ledger book. And
you can only refer to me as Clippy.
Yeah. Yep. And that also means Ethelred did not improve. Yeah. No, wait, if it's below 16, it automatically goes up. Or below 15. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it automatically goes up till it hits 15.
Never mind. Then Ethelred did get
key better. Skills go up by 1.
She's on thin ice, though. I'm still thinking about firing her.
Yeah, you were talking about it earlier this year.
I was.
After Easter Feast.
The difficulty is, and it's truly the thing both me and Aeson are thinking about. It's like there's no guarantee that I get a better valet. You know, I am very disappointed with Ethelred, but I don't know that I'm going to get a better one. I don't believe I'm going to get a Goran of fashion.
The valet you know is better than the one you don't.
Like, yeah, and like I know if I keep her around, she'll eventually get much better. She's at 13 now. Like, that's not bad.
Yeah. It's true.
So we'll see. It depends.
And there's a solid chance that you get worse.
Yeah. Solid chance to get worse.
Oh. Sorry, I'm like looking around like what's making a sound. It's just my cat snoring in the background. All right. Any glory thresholds? Glory thresholds.
Yeah, I think I'm about to pass 8K, I think.
Hell yeah.
I am at 6,076.
Yummy.
So my strength is now 19. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna have next year, I'm gonna have 2020 strength. It finally bumps me up to 66.
Oh yeah. Wow, that is literally an unapproachable dream for Gareth.
Yeah. Right. Wow. Like part of Aeswyn is like being driven by the specter of the father that she thinks ever existed. We, the audience and players, know the Gareth that existed was not super invested in like the fighting. He got really good at it, but that was never sort of his thing. But Aeswyn has somehow decided that the stories about her father being this amazing swordsman mean that she has to be as well.
And something that I love about playing with both of you is that you're just willing to lean into it. The fact that we know everything that your parents actually did, but then also like are willing to also put that blinder on of like, as a kid, I'm not privy to all of this. I see them in a different angle and play it from there as well and have that sort of contrast. It's so sick. I love that shit so much.
Aeswyn doesn't even remember all of Gareth's stories.
Yeah.
Like the giant goat, not the giant and the goat.
Nope, just the giant goat.
The giant goat.
Memory is just different.
Oh yeah.
Right, I'm raising my dex by 1, and then my glory bonus is going into sword.
Nice.
Once I get 66, then I think I'm gonna start looking at actually improving my sword, and hopefully having the training field will also help with that.
Yeah, I think getting a check to sword would be pretty good. My logic here is that it's pretty typical to get a check to sword when we play anyway. So like, securing yourself a check to sword is whatever to me.
Yeah,
it's fine with it. I'm not super worried about it. Hell yeah, then. Okay, cool. Well, then that will wrap up 516 for us.
Hell yeah.
8K.
Yeah.
8K. Look at you.
Yeah. That's okay. So give me just a second, because that was what Erwin had just passed 8K when he died. I think, his final. I don't think that Gorthrin has surpassed Erwin yet, but he's very close. I want to say Erwin's final total was like 81 something. No, he's past Erwin. Erwin's final total was 8,006.
That's awesome.
Whoa.
He did it. What was Irwin go?
You did it by your
7, at least 5 years sooner than Irwin did, and he didn't have to die.
wow.
To pass that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's incredible. Wow. Well, okay. Just so you know, and also let the audience know. So we're going into year 516, and I'm moving to Ireland. So there's going to be a break after we end the Boy King, which is going to happen in the next couple years. It's just, but we're not ending the game in any sense or anything like that. I'm just having to move, and so we're going to be off for a couple weeks, just so you all know. Giving you a heads up. So we still got like 3 or 4 more sessions that we'll squeak in here before I'm finally moving for good. But just so you all know, that's coming up. I'll let you all know when I have a better idea when I know. But yeah, moving like 4,500 miles and having to reset up my computer and stuff like that, and being 8 hours ahead from what I am now, it's going to change a little bit. But don't worry, we're all fully invested in this game. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In the interim, while we're on break, I will run canonical one-shots set within the cinematic Pendragon world.
Yeah.
If you want to play one of those shoulder tin serfs, hit me up.
Oh my god.
Games. Yep. It's mostly gonna be. You're mostly gonna die of dysentery, but like, you're part of the story now.
Surfs up.
Yeah. You have an action figure.
Yeah. You got a Monopoly piece.
Trying to think of something that would be like something don't surf, but like SERF. But I can't think of anything. Charlemagne don't surf. I don't know. That's not doesn't really fit this one.
Chorals don't surf.
Yeah, churros don't. Yeah, there you go. Play the Saxon game. All right. On that note, any announcements before we head out? Anything from you all?
I stream on my channel sometimes now, so like,
hey, Phantom Roll Booth.
Watch me be bad at Destiny and
nice.
Other games that I decide to play. That's it.
Hell yeah! All right, and Jim, you're in the work mines, mining out a giant book.
Yeah, it's only recreating, or not even recreating, just creating from scratch an entire pillar of world's most popular role-playing game. So it's fun. I actually really enjoy it. It's gonna be good. But
I mean, you're a professional demiurge. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. It comes with the new nerd form that I took on, content creator to game designer. So it comes with territory.
Well, it's awesome. Yeah, everyone. Okay, well, we'll see you next week then. Take care, everyone.
Yep.
See you.
Bye.
See you.